You're tired of practicing drum beats that seem to vanish when you play real songs? After 2 decades teaching drums, I found a proven science-backed method that makes practice addictive and skills actually stick. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to master your beginner drum beats the fun way while playing along with your favourite songs right from the start. First, you need to understand the method we're using to speed up this process and why it's superior to drilling those pre-scripted exercises. So let me introduce you to song-based practice. And for everything in this video, there's a free link in the description. So why song-based practice? Does this story sound familiar? Get your notation out, get your click track on, you start counting, you start lining up each note you're reading with what you're counting, and eventually, with some effort, you can play a drum beat. Thrilled at your progress, you put on a song and try to play along, and suddenly, feels like you're starting again. As if all that success has been reduced to nothing. Why does this happen? I know you're not here for a science lesson, so I'll give you the highlights. Skill on the drums isn't just about you, the beat, or the song. It's about how all three of those things interact. Take away any piece, and it just doesn't work. So when you practice drums without music, you're only getting good at playing them in isolation. But if your goal is to play along with songs, which most drummers want to do, you need to practice in a way that matches your goal. That's where song-based practice comes in. We simplify the challenges so progress is possible, but always keeping them close to the real thing. In this case, always using music as part of your practice. Let me show you your first challenge. No counting or notation needed. Challenge 1, hi-hat and kick on the pulse. Before we begin, you'll need some music. So have a look through some of your favourite songs and see if you can find something relatively slow, something comfortable. As an optional step, sign up to Moises. No affiliation, I just love the app. Upload your track and remove the drum part. Now you'll only have the other instruments to listen to, making you the drummer. First up, you need to identify the pulse. Think of it as the heartbeat of the song. A steady beat, you nod your head or tap your foot to. The speed should be consistent throughout the entire track. For your first challenge, you're going to play a closed hi-hat on every pulse. You can do this with either hand, and while optional, I would advise you learn how to do it with either one. This will be your template for the first 2 challenges. If you've got that steady, your first challenge is to add kick drums to some, any, or all hi-hats that you play. You can only put a kick on the hi-hats, nowhere else. But regardless of where you play your kicks, those hi-hats must continue playing every pulse. Remember, as long as you're following the rules, there are no wrong answers here. Be creative and explore the possibilities. Once you're comfortable with that, you can try a different track, maybe something faster, or move on to the next challenge. Challenge 2, hi-hat on the pulse, kick on and in between the pulse. Let's make things more interesting. This time, you can also add kicks in between your hi-hats. Not just anywhere between, but exactly halfway between. If you've got one hand on the pulse and the other alternating in between, these are your potential positions for a kick drum. It might sound something like this. Try out different combinations. There are no wrong answers as long as you stick to the guidelines. Once you're comfortable with this, you're ready to level up to challenge 3. Hi-hat plays pulse, snare plays every other pulse, kick creativity on the pulse. Here's where we start to create a more traditional sounding drum beat. Your snare drum is going to play with every other hi-hat. We call this the backbeat, and it gives the groove its bounce. So one hand plays the hi-hat on its own, on the pulse, and then both hands play together on the next pulse. Repeat this loop for your new template. And remember, you can grab all these instructions in a free PDF in the description below. If it feels tricky at first, slow the song down. But once you're happy with the template for this challenge, we're only playing kicks on the pulse. Remember, your hi-hat and snare part must stay consistent, and there are no wrong answers, so explore those ideas. Next up, challenge 4. This time, we're going to allow kick drums on and in between the pulse, just like challenge 2. You may find this pulls one or both of your hands out of position on occasion. That's totally normal and a problem for you to solve. Make some mistakes and enjoy the process. Let's have one more. Bonus challenge. For this, we're going to keep all the mechanics the same, but introduce some variability with the hi-hat part. This time, you can move that hand to a different sound source, maybe the ride, the crash, the floor, an open hi-hat, explore. You can jump right into playing kicks on and in between the pulse, but feel free to simplify this or pick a slower song if you need to work up to it. Make sure you download that free link in the description. It's got every challenge we've done today on it. If you're feeling really confident, try and change sound source when you hear a significant change in the track, maybe from verse to chorus, for example. Congratulations, you've just started making real music. But here's the thing, continuous grooves can be cool, but adding a little spice to link them together will take your sound to a whole new level. Click on this next video where I'll show you exactly how to master your beginner drum fills the fun way, all while playing your favourite songs.